Oh, welcome everybody to 7 Marketing Basics, our Tuesday live that we usually do in 7-ish minutes. And we may do 7-ish minutes or we might go a little bit longer because today is so fun. I have a special guest with me. Hey, Jade, how are you?
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
Yay. So you were telling me about authentic marketing and how do you know if you're authentic and why does that even matter? Can we just jump into that topic and what is it and why should any of us care about authentic marketing?
Yeah, that's a really great place to start. So Cindy, you know me, and I'm excited to meet everyone. But like, I'm a 2-year-old entrepreneur. I quit my job in March 2020 when the world was falling apart, and I'm very fortunate in that I grew up in the Keep Certified Partner community. It's like all kind, caring, authentic entrepreneurs, shirt off your back type people. But as I've been growing and evolving and networking and meeting new people, I'm in other communities that are not Keep and automation related, but entrepreneur communities.
And Keep,
And
by Keep, we're talking about Keep marketing automation software. So just talking about that kind of community. But anyways, go for it.
it's a tool that we use, and it's just the family surrounding this particular app is beautiful. So I grew up thinking everybody was like that. And then the more I venture outside of this bubble of like this safe space of this beautiful, I get to hang out with Cindy all the time. Enough said, right? So now I'm in other places, and they're clear. They will tell me when I'm like, oh, I do marketing, and they get turned off by it because they're so frustrated from like, they have to opt into free things and get slimy DMs from gurus and people who are just like, I'll 10x your business if you act like me, and here's my 10-step guide, and there's crap everywhere. And it's I know. So like the more I realized I was out there, so I started opting into things because I wanted to empathize with these people. And it's nasty out there, Cindy.
So you met some marketing people and they were not awesome and they made people feel bad and slimy. And so you've had a ton of focus lately on like actual steps that we can take in our own businesses and our own companies around marketing. And so what would be like the top one or two things that you would suggest to somebody in terms of like, hey, here's how to make your marketing more authentic? And I guess by authentic, it means that it resonates, that people like it and it actually is helping them. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, authentic meaning just that they actually care,
Hmm.
and like they serve from their heart, not with an ulterior motive. And not that like there's slimy gurus out there who are like, I'm going to screw people over. I don't think that either. But and here's a couple like tools that like you can walk away from this live stream and be like, oh, okay, that helps me. So like,
Okay.
first of all, like I get DMs from gurus all the time, and I engage with them because they could potentially be interesting. And as a marketer, I like to see what I like and what I don't like. And the ones that are authentic and ethical will pre-qualify you in the conversation. They'll ask you questions and they'll get to know you to see if you're actually a good fit. The bad ones, it's all me, 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 me. I. Do you want to schedule a call? Do you want to buy this? And I'm like, why? You don't know me.
So you're kind of saying know your audience, and then whoever you're talking to, know your audience and be sure whatever you're offering is actually helpful and of service to them.
Yeah, or get to know your audience rather.
Okay, get to know them. Nice. Okay.
You'll have like your perfect avatar, right? There's a bunch of different terms for this, but you know what I'm saying. Your perfect
Your
customer.
perfect customer. Yeah, the
Those are different.
persona.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
well, like get to know them. Like where do you live? What matters to you? These kinds of things. And so I have met both inauthentic, not so great marketers this way, and I have been direct messaged by people that I adore now. So I'm not saying ignore DMs that are unsolicited. It's just the manner with which they're having the conversation. Is it about them inquiring to get to know you, or is it clear that they want you to know about them and who they are?
And so in our marketing, if we think about just how we're communicating and stuff, are there things that like a good person, someone who's doing a good job and wanting to offer value to their customers, something that we might do inadvertently that comes off as inauthentic. Like, oops, I have good intentions, but it came off badly. What
Yeah.
what might that be?
Yeah, a lot of times when you're following an influencer that is inauthentic or in any way a poor leader, they're asking you to be like them. Follow my 10-step guide and be just like me, and you'll have the same success as me if you're just like me.
Gotcha.
And so, when you're writing your marketing emails, when you're creating your copy for your sales page, when you're having real, God forbid, real conversations with people or DMs or whatever, as long as you're not like, but wait, there's more. You know what I mean? Like, how would you talk to a real person who actually cared about your product or service?
Okay. I can totally resonate with that piece, because a lot of the marketing we do with clients is one of our tests is, would I say this out loud to somebody? And so when we're writing emails or
Love that.
anything, sometimes I'll go ahead and say it out loud. And so that's a kind of a test that we use when we're putting our content together. Is this something that my client, who I just wrote this for, would actually say to their prospect? Or if it's coming from us, is this something I'd actually say to you if I were talking to you on the phone or in person or whatever? So that makes so much sense.
And that's such an excellent tip to make your written language sound like your verbal language. Like, literally read it out loud. And if you feel weird, it ain't right.
I was just working on a cool campaign for somebody yesterday. And the way that I did it is I took a video of them talking about what they were doing and what they were up to and what they were solving, and took that transcript and then just grabbed pieces of it and edited it so it worked for email and social posts and stuff like that. And so that was kind of like a really cool shortcut on how to get that authentic voice.
Everyone could take away from you right now is if, when you're writing your offer emails and you feel weird, record a Zoom call a client that already just get excited about it. Be you, be yourself, record it, and grab those nuggets. That is brilliant, Cindy. That's brilliant.
I think I jumped off from what you were saying, because you were talking about authenticity and stuff like that. So you triggered that in me, like, oh, okay, so maybe some of the things that we're doing fit in with your authenticity.
Right. Really, the biggest and final tip I have is, like, when you're, let's say you Google, how do I get more clients, right? And that's when things get sketchy, because you're going to start getting ads from like Brunson, and if you buy ClickFunnels, all of your problems will be solved. And then you go down these rabbit holes, you find a good blog, but then you have to buy the thing, and all of a sudden they're like, pay for my $25,000 coaching, and you're like, what? That's just how it is. But one of my favorite, for lack of a better term, maybe like a litmus test is if does this feel right? Is it rooted in fundamentals?
Okay, what do you mean by fundamentals?
Fundamentals. There's so much marketing out there that is like all in one, super easy. Just follow these steps and you'll be just like me, right? Like, surprise, business is hard. And marketing yourself requires a great deal of consistency, especially, for your content, your public figure presence. That ain't easy. Selling isn't easy. Maybe the only thing that should be easy is the service that you provide, because you're so good at it that you can serve the world doing it, right?
I love that. Yeah.
But business, everything about the marketing, the work, the setting up your systems, which is why you hire Cindy, is hard.
Or Jade.
Yeah, right? Like,
Jade.
It's hard. And anyone who promises just I'll 10x your income if you just follow my guide, well, ask them more about it. And is their guide rooted in fundamentals? It's like a jacket. Everyone needs a jacket, right?
Everyone needs a jacket. I love
the
that.
jacket's the fundamentals, but like a jacket that's hot on you, Cindy, would look like crap on me. What is your style? You have to be yourself in your jacket, but you still need a jacket.
You still need a jacket. Bring your sweater. Bring
Yeah,
your sweater.
like, wear my vest and be me. You're still missing sleeves. You're missing something, right? Fundamentals will always remain the same.
I like it. Richard just was, he just commented in shiny object syndrome when
Yeah,
we were talking about that, which I think is like so spot
hard.
on, right?
And to be honest, I'm sorry, by the way, my roof is getting done. So
That's probably good though.
there isn't like a war zone going on in West Bend, Wisconsin. It's just, life. But like, so Richard brings up a really great point. Um, Things, marketing, business, technology, social media, algorithms, it all changes like this, right? It's fast and furious, and that's why it's easy for inauthentic marketers to be like, oh, I just did this one thing because the market, just do it, just be me, right? So it's easy for them to capitalize on the changes on the surface level. But again, fundamentals, I mean, like, think about the definition of the word. It's rooted in
It's fun.
It's fun. And it's the foundations of you have to have a customer journey. I don't care if TikTok disappears and Smishmosh appears. Like, it doesn't matter. You still have to have a customer journey. You still have to have a strategy. The details and tactics will change as apps and fads and everything evolves. So, Richard, you're right. I mean, I want to buy everything. I'm such an easy target. It's the worst.
Okay, so go ahead. Sorry.
This is my favorite joke. I get preyed on a lot by gurus who 10x your business, just whatever. And I conversate with them, and then they make me an offer, and I run it by my boyfriend Brian, who's also an entrepreneur. I'm like, should I buy this $25,000 coaching? And he goes, did they tell you were smart and beautiful? I'm like, yes. He's like, don't buy it.
Okay, so for real though, whatever the ticket is, if it's $25,000 or $5,000 or $500, I like to think, like, if I had this money and I'm going to use it to make more money in my business or make my business better, is this the best thing I can spend this money on? You know what I'm saying? So whatever ticket, that is 500, 5,000, 25,000, whatever, is this the best way to actually grow my business? So anyway,
right.
But I like your joke. It's good.
It's true though. So like, that's why I'm knowledgeable in this, because I'm a sucker. They're like,
oh nah.
They're like, Jade, you're so smart and beautiful. You're going to change the world. You have to follow my program. So you're a superstar. And I'm like, really? So I have to think back to these tools. I have to think, is their method rooted in fundamentals? Is it something that's able to translate into my authentic self?
Nice.
Wording what they're saying.
Uh-huh.
Is it, is the process rooted in getting to know my customer better, or is it about me just shouting until people buy?
Yeah. Well, let's close up on your little summary there and tell us about your summit that you're having, because you are actually having an authentic marketing summit. Sounds so cool.
Excited, guys. Okay, so we're talking about authentic marketing because the value proposition of the summit, which by the way is this Thursday, the 21st at 11 a.m. Central. So it's coming up, y'all. And this is why it's awesome. The value proposition lies in two things rooted in making sure things are authentic. So first of all, the obvious one being bringing in great speakers, great educators, authentic leaders who are not only teaching, but you'll do. So they're just 30 minutes break, 30 minutes break, 30 minutes break, 5 speakers or 6 speakers, but 5 presentations. And they all have a worksheet. So you're literally guaranteed to leave with 5 things to do in your business. Nice. No BS, no fluff, no silver bullets, no pre-recorded videos, no upsells to the recordings. It's you buy your $27 ticket, which it should have been more, but I want everyone to come. So
yeah. It's great. I love it.
So it's like none of the fluff, no inspirational keynote. How about let's just learn something really important and then physically teach me how to do it for myself.
Yeah.
And then go do it.
Oh, okay. So on Thursday, you've got your summit and super sweet deal on the ticket price, $27. And there's going to be 5 topics, and it's learn, do. And then you can just do the ones you want, and it's all good. So I love that. What are the topics? What are your 5 topics?
Tyler Garnes is going to talk about strategy.
So marketing strategy. I love what he's doing right now around talking about how CEOs need to understand marketing. They don't necessarily, depending on the size of the company, have to do it. They don't need to put the tactics in place. Somebody else can do that, but they need to understand the strategy before they can actually do stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
100%. And and just so everyone else watching, Tyler's like our like go-to legend in our colleague industry keep automation space. He's the go-to guy for strategy. So he's going to do an exercise with y'all about mapping out the awareness spectrum and how you alter your messaging so you have a funnel that meets people where they're at and they're more likely to go down. It's going to be great. Second up, we have Sam Bennett, another legend in our space. I know.
I love Sam. We were in like a business group together for a year, which is super cool. she's amazing.
Yeah. And I think you were with me. Cindy, were you with me when we went to Sam's session at Icon November 2019? She did like a how to write titles for your stuff.
I think I missed it.
We overlap sessions a lot. She's doing that exercise at the summit. So it's really hard to name your stuff in a unique but telling way.
Oh, yeah. She's so good at that.
In titles that people actually read and buy from. That don't sound like you're parroting the, 10x for business,
So Sam Bennett, and she should know she's got several books that are actual bestsellers that are, my book is self-published, which is awesome. Great. Hers are an actual publisher and we're on the shelf at Barnes and Noble. Like she's the real deal. So love her so much.
Yeah.
Okay. So strategy, naming.
Hundreds of dollars of value before you even get to the third. So Cindy, I'm super excited to tell you about the third speaker. You don't know him. He's not a keeper. Never heard of this guy in your life. His name is Van Miller. He's one of the top insurance agents in the country.
Okay.
Super awesome about him is you're thinking, oh, wow, big deal, right? He has zero technology, zero office support. It's just him and a stack of papers. He's like over 70 and he writes and produces all of his business because of the way that he speaks. He cannot go to the grocery store without walking out with 3 clients. I'm not exaggerating. I know I'm an excitable person. This is true. He for fun, he goes to the mall and chats up parents in the food court to practice his craft, to practice his questions, and he walks out with 10, 15 clients. I'm not kidding.
Okay. I love that one. Oh my gosh. I want to go to that.
Teach us how to craft questions for ourselves and our business that we can either incorporate into our sales presentations if you're talking to a person, how to write those questions and engage in your email copy. It's transferable across the board, but that's the thing. It's foundations. Everyone needs to know how to engage when you're making the offer and informing your client.
Oh my gosh, that sounds really cool. Can I watch the replay? If I sign up, can I watch it? I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I'm going to be out of town in your town area.
Yeah. You might come live in person and watch me geek out in front of a computer.
I put the link to sign up. I grabbed it off one of your Facebook posts. So that's really cool. Okay, so I want to sign up because I want to watch that. Well, I want to watch all of them. So what are the other 2 topics?
Yeah, Van is worth the ticket, and you guys don't know him. You've never met him unless you hang out at the mall in Milwaukee and he's walked by you because you can't help.
Mall in Milwaukee. I could find myself there tomorrow because I'm headed that way.
I'll call Van. And then so the last 2 are very related. So Greg Jenkins is speaking 4 through 5, like I said.
Nice.
On mapping out your customer journey, which...
Oh, that's so good. Everybody needs a customer journey, which sounds all geeky, but actually it's like the steps people take when they're thinking about working with you. Okay.
And like Cindy, we do this for a living, and I'm sure you feel the same way. That's like the lens with which I use when clients approach me and they're like, I want you to do this thing. And I'm like, I'm going to ask you some questions first. We may find a different priority based on the holes in their customer.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Love that one too. So that's 4. What's the 5th?
And the 5th, I invited Keep Academy to speak. So Mike Edelman and Laura Sills are going to talk about follow-up. So Greg's going to like help you build the skeleton of like how people get from to and fro.
Mm-hmm,
But you
mm-hmm.
would not believe, and by you, I mean people watching, guys, you would not believe the amount of sales and opportunities you've missed by not reaching out enough in between.
So much. Yes.
Yeah. We learned, Cindy and I learned at a conference, there was this keynote speaker, I think it was Walter Bond. He said 80% of sales happen between the 5th and 12th attempt.
It makes so much sense. I spent a long time selling hardware and software to TV stations and video facilities. And, some of those people, it would be 2 years later that they actually purchased. And had I given up after the first month, I wouldn't have been able to help them and also have my sale. So, yeah, I hear you. Oh, those are 5 great topics. Okay.
Yes.
The link is in the chat. If anybody just wants to check out the info, sign up, whatever you want to do, link is in there. And in any case, whether you join the summit or not, really, we just want to provide some value to you and talk about how you, me, all of us can be authentic in our marketing and how great that is, Jade, that you're waving that banner. I love that so much. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. See you later. Bye.
See you then.